Hey guys, Will here. Welcome back to a second channel video. So today I'm going to be basically showing you these paper phones that I used to make a long time ago. This is pretty much what my childhood consisted of. So basically I would stay at my grandparents' house a lot, just like during the summer and like pretty much times that I didn't have school, but I couldn't be just like left home alone because I was like younger. And I would I've always at that time I always loved like tech content, like drop tests and stuff like that. I don't know why, but I just always loved those drop tests as a kid, like from everything Apple Pro, Tech Racks, um, all those like decently well known tech YouTubers, and I just pretty much started creating paper phones. I really wish I had the original one. There's probably one in this bag here. This bag is all the stuff that I'm not going to show you. There's not really a specific reason. I just don't want to because there's like some just like stuff that's kind of personal, and then just like also that there's like a bunch of fake paper MacBooks that have stuff that doesn't make any sense, and I don't even know what it means. So just like written on the inside and on the like actual laptop or whatever. So yeah, basically this is my paper device collection. I used to create these. Some of these iPods are not accurate at all, but you know, whatever. And these sizes are not really accurate of these phones, but I have every iPhone from the first iPhone all the way to the 13 series. I think if I remember right, I just like decided to randomly create a bunch of more bunch more of these paper phones in like 2022, 2021. I think it was 2021. It was whatever year the iPhone 13 series was new. So I guess 2021. I basically just decided to create them to kind of keep up the like lineup, because I think I stopped at like the iPhone like 10s, 10R, like that lineup, or maybe it was the 11. I don't know, but yeah, I think I stopped like around the time I started this YouTube channel, so the iPhone 11 series would have been the newest phones. But anyways, I guess I'll just go over these. So first of all, first iPhone, and these are not very good, but you know, they worked, I guess, for what I wanted them for. This is a 3G with a single crack in it, and you'll see there's a lot of these with cracks, and some of these I made screen protectors on, or like just like put like drew lines that a screen protector would be on. Here's a 3GS, and this is my I used to like pretend to do a whole lot of stuff, and I used to pretend to have a YouTube channel called Wilso999. I don't know why. This was probably like 2016, 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. But yeah, that's that. And then there's an iPhone 4, 4S, and you'll see crack, and the whole back is cracked. I'm a 4S. And here is a iPhone 5 that's destroyed, and you can also see I put cases on these phones. It wasn't really like super hard. Pretty much I would just cut out a piece of paper like a little bit larger than the actual phone, and then I would like roll the corners up over the like edges of the paper phone so it would stay on the phone. And then I'd put, you know, different designs on it, like this. I guess it's supposed to be an OtterBox Defender. I'm not really sure. Then we have an iPhone 5C and 5S. And here's a 6. See, as you can see, I put the cracks on there for some. I don't know if I was supposed to. I don't really know what I was going for on this. These were created years ago, probably like 2019 at the newest. But I don't know if I was going for a cracked screen with a screen protector over it or not. But yeah, it's over the edges. I guess it's 6. And then it's another 6. I used to do this design a lot, and for some reason I would call it a tattoo design. I don't know why. I would just like draw these like lines everywhere and like in different patterns and stuff. Then 6 Plus, I guess, with a screen protector on it. As you can see, so it just kind of, I drew it to look like a screen protector pretty much. I'm going to try not to make this video too long, but it is probably going to be a while. 6S, I guess, with an OtterBox, as you can see. Another 6S, I guess. And I did these where I just made a case and then like wrote the date on it. So, as you can see, February 8th, 2018. So this is, that's around the time most of these were made, like 2017, 18. That's when I was very heavily making these phones. Here's a 6S Plus with like a General Lee looking thing kind of case. But yeah, I really don't know why I made all of these. I just loved tech. I've always loved tech from the time I was like probably 7 or 8. I've just always been interested in Apple tech, especially the handheld stuff like iPhones, iPods, kind of iPads, but I don't really care about iPads that much just because they're not really cool to me. I think this is supposed to be an SE if I remember right. And this is an iPhone 7. I remember for some reason I carried this anywhere that I went around the house. This was like my main phone as far as like paper phones. This case was supposed to be a life-proof nude case, I'm pretty sure. And for some reason, I just like made a Sprint SIM card and taped it to the back. But I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be an iPhone 7. And for some reason, the iPhone 7 has 2 cameras now. Who knew? Then here is another 7. Let me just make sure this is okay. I don't know what this is from. I think this is just like some like quote looking thing. I don't really know. But this is supposed to be a 7, I guess, with some weird charging thing sticking out the charger port. Then I guess it's another 7 in like one of those like Griffin Survivor cases. There we go. Then 7 Plus, I think, yeah. Product Red 7 Plus. I guess this is an 8. For some reason, there's no camera thing, but as you can see, yeah, I would do these July 25th, 2017. I would just like write the date on some cases. I know there's more cases. I'll try to find them, but I don't really want to have to edit this video. So, we'll see. This is an iPhone 8 Plus. iPhone 10, I guess. And then I made every single color in an iPhone XR and the iPhone 11s. So, like, this is a coral one. This is a blue one. I don't think I have every color, but I have pretty much all of them. Yellow. And then this one's kind of falling apart, but it's white with a cracked back and front, I guess. And then 10S, I guess. This is some weird green 10S Max I made. See, like, I don't know what this stuff means. Like, I don't know what that is. I know that is supposed to be like Wilso in cursive or something. And then had this weird looking, like, I'm pretty sure I was going for like one of those gold, like super expensive iPhones made by like Caviar or whatever it's called. And I drew some like weird bird looking thing on there. I don't know what that says. 24 karat, I think. And then these are all iPhone 11s. So, product Red. I like red. Is this that one phone? Oh my gosh, I remember this. There was this. So back in 2020, when I this might have been before I created the channel. I don't really know. I think it was, but there was a Snapchat filter where you could like move like little dots around on your face, and you could like shape your own like filter pretty much. And I made this certain one, and I also at the time I bought some like cheap Chevy key on Amazon or something. It was supposed to be for like Chevy Cruze, Chevy like Camaro, just like it was one of those standard flip like blade keys. And I created this character called Jameson Jones based off of that. That's who the filter was. And I would do this voice. And then like I'm pretty sure the first one of the, at least the only one that I remember is like I would do the voice, and then I said like what the wife left her cruise keys or something like that. But and anyways, that's what it says on the back. The wife left her cruise keys. The wife, Jameson Jones. Yeah, I don't know. I did a lot of cringy stuff in like 2020, even 2021 a little bit. That's just an 11. That's another 11. Yeah, this one's taped together because I guess I got ripped or something. 11 Pro. 11 Pro. 11 Pro Max. I'm trying to hurry through these last ones. 11 Pro Max. I think that's supposed to be an SE 2020 or 2022. I guess 2020 because I don't think the 2022 one existed. 12 mini, I guess. 12 Pro. 12 Pro Max. Yeah, here we go. 13. I don't know. 13 mini. Another 13 mini. This is some weird drawing I did of Trump, and I used to tape it to different phones. This is probably like the 10th phone it's been on, but got a 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max. That's not a color, I don't think. I'm gonna go ahead and hurry through these just so I can go ahead and try to find some other stuff in that bag, and I'll start talking about that again in a second. This is all iPods. So we got like a Nano 6th Gen, Shuffle 2nd Gen, Shuffle 4th Gen, Shuffle 2nd Gen, Shuffle 4th Gen again. And I think that was supposed to be a Mini or a Nano. I don't really know what I was going for with this. And also, you used to draw the click wheel kind of weird. I don't know why. Same with that. I don't know what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a 5th Gen Nano, I guess. And this was going for a classic 3rd Gen. They obviously did not make an 80 gig 3rd Gen. And then these are all touches. So, we got 1st Gen. We got like a 2nd Gen or 3rd Gen. Then we got 4th Gen. I'm not going to show the back of this one, but it is a 5th Gen. Just because this is like... Pretty sure I made this thing for my grandpa or something. I don't know why. I used to make like paper devices for people, and like, or like my grandparents, like I think I also made my grandma a like gold iPad mini. And then here's a touch 6th Gen, 7th Gen. I don't think the 7th Gen existed when I did that, so now let's go on to Android phones. So these were all in separate bags. So I had an Android bag. Let's go ahead and start. This is a Samsung Galaxy S1, I guess. As you can see, I messed up Samsung. But yeah, and then I remember I had I had made a few Samsungs back in probably 2016 or 17, and then later on in probably like late 2018, I would say, around there, I decided to go ahead and make every Samsung Galaxy phone. So that's an S2, that's an S3, S4, S5, S6 Edge, S7 Edge, S8, if I can get it, S9. I use this as like a daily or whatever I want to call it. I still don't know what this means, but it's on a lot of things. I think it was something to do with something that I created with a friend that I had at the time. But S10 Plus, that's an S20. Note 4 apparently. I think that's supposed to be a Note 10, and then here's another one. For some reason I put hashtag I'm scared. I don't know why. I think I'd like got my phone taken away or something for some reason, or I like forgot my. I'm pretty sure I like forgot my phone or iPod or whatever at home, and I put that on that phone for some reason to carry it around all day. I have no clue why. This is a weird. I think it's supposed to be a Galaxy Fold. It's like covered in like weird space stickers. This another one. This is an LG phone that I use as like my daily, if you want to call it that. Again, I had phones that were like that I would call my daily, and I would just like use them, or not use them, but I would like carry around and pretend to use them. It's kind of weird, but yeah, some LG phone. I don't know. This is when I first started playing Greenville. I think I created a bunch of these pair phones from Greenville. Well, 2 of them. Then these are Z Flips, Galaxy Z Flips. It's a Motorola Razr. Google Pixel 6, I guess, and then a 6 Pro. So there's some kind of new phones in here. I guess I'll go ahead and talk about these devices over here. So this is a MacBook Pro, I guess. Yeah, MacBook Pro. This is the only one that I can find that didn't have a bunch of like weird drawings and stuff on it. And then I think this is the iPad that I gave to my grandmother, but I'm not exactly sure. It's just a gold iPad. I don't really know what it's supposed to be. We've got a weird Samsung tablet, Tab A5. This was the first iPad I created. This is supposed to be an iPad 3rd gen, I think. I guess it's supposed to be a Spigen case. It looks kind of weird. Then these are the ones that I loved making because they were so easy to make. I would just take a sheet of paper and then round off the edges with a pair of scissors, and I would have an iPad Pro. So like, what is this? Wait, give me a second. What is this? Passcode to Note 4. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's supposed to be like the 1st gen iPad Pro with a big 12.9-inch display. This is some other iPad that's a little bit smaller. I guess that's a normal size Pro. That's another one. This had this weird thing on it that I put on there. And this is like 2018, I guess, iPad Pro. That's like the ones that we still have today. This one has some weird thing. Do not throw away. Or don't throw away. I don't know. But, yeah, that's all the tablets. Now, I'm going to go ahead and dig in this bag. This is just going to be an unedited video. But I really want to find one of those iPhone 4s. I had these, like, iPhone 4s that I made, and they were terrible. They didn't look good at all. But that was the first like paper phones I ever made, and I remember I used my grandma's printer, and I made a ton of copies of that exact phone. I'm sure I'll be able to find some. And I made these big like cases. Here's one here. Here's these big. I would take a whole sheet of paper and I'd roll up the edges to like one of those tiny iPhone 4s, and I'd call it like an indestructible case or something. I don't know what all's in here. I don't think that's anything. Okay, I don't know. My best bet's going in here and trying to find one. Let me see. I'm just gonna start pulling out stuff. I made weird things in MS Paint at some point on my grandmother's computer. Some playing card, I guess. I don't know. This is like supposed to be an iPod Touch and cardboard, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find one, honestly. I don't know where one would be. This is an absolutely terribly drawn iPhone 5S, I guess. St. Jesus Regis Hospital. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can find one, honestly, so. I guess, unless I can find one in here, I guess. Come on, there has to be one somewhere. I made so many of those and I can't find one. Maybe there's one. I think there's one here. The back's not exactly perfect, but I think there's one in here. Let me see if I can grab for a second. Here we go. I found them. Okay. Here we go. Oh, man. I forgot these even existed. These are Apple Watches right here. I forgot. This is before I got, you know, decent at making the... I found a bunch of them. I found a whole, like, little stack of them. This is an iPhone 6S, I guess, in gold. Here's one of these phones. Oh, yeah. I created this case company called Bull Armor. But anyways, yeah, this is one of them. This has got a bunch of cracks on it. Just whatever, so... Here's one of these really bulky cases that I made. And then, here we go. Here's another one. This one has also got cracks drawn all over it. And then this one, oh man, I forgot about these. This is one of them. I remember holding these phones and thinking they were so cool. This is supposed to be like an OtterBox style case, I'm pretty sure. All these have got cracks drawn on them. This one's literally ripped. This is probably the best example I can find. See, it's terrible drawing, but I mean, at the time I thought it was so cool to like hold something that's in a case, and for some reason it felt kind of real. But yeah, other than that, I guess that's basically it for this video. So hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please smash that like button. And consider subscribing to the main channel for videos on actual tech related to this, you know, iPhones, stuff like that, but, you know, obviously not paper. And, yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.